edition of the Contractor's Secret Weapon weekly podcast with your hosts, Dave Negri. This program is dedicated to helping contractors, remodelers, painters, roofers, roof cleaners, and business owners in the construction industry gain an unfair advantage over the competition. This program supplies you with information that the competition doesn't even know exists. This session brought to you by ContractorsSecretWeapon.com.
Before we get into the conversation with you, I just want to do a shout out to our sponsors who help promote Contractor's Secret Weapon and just some of the things that they have in store for you, our listeners. Hey, is your phone ringing enough? Do you want it to ring more with highly motivated and qualified buyers that contact you, the contractor, directly? No more waiting for the phone to ring. Just answer that phone. Best Home Services leads are dedicated to making your phone ring with motivated buyers that call you directly. There's no obligation to talk with them. Just go to ContractorSecretWeapon.com/money. Fill out the form to secure your discount on the setup fee. Do it today. This special will not last forever. Check them out at ContractorSecretWeapon.com/money.
Running a small business is no easy task, and I should know because I had a service company for almost 10 years. I am the founder of a software called Radius Bomb, and it's unbelievable. And for all the listeners of Contractor's Secret Weapon, we have a special offer for you to check out. If you want to send hyper-targeted, laser-focused, super personalized postcards to your exact prospects using a map while sitting in your underwear, then go to ContractorSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb, and we'll give you your first 100 postcards for free. Just go to ContractorSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb.
Okay, hey, this is Dave Negri with Contractor's Secret Weapon. Today I have Bethanie Noanami of Marley Noanami, and she is a marketing person extraordinaire. Okay, she says her entrepreneurial, I can't even say that right, journey started with a newspaper route at 9 years old. I did the same thing. So she woke up at 5 a.m. every single day. Nope, that's not me. Still not today. But but why would a 9-year-old do that? Or would they? Yes, she did. And she has the hustle mentality and has been full swing ever since. She ended up tech while working at senior and high school. And then 25 years later, she's now coaching world-changing business owners like you guys on this show. She teaches technology that you need to scale your business and give you the time you only imagined since starting your business. Wow, that's pretty awesome. I have realized that sometimes things don't appear as easy as everyone else says they should be, especially when it comes to technology. But in her 25 years of technology, the one skill that is crucial for everyone's success is communication. And technology to most people is a big black hole. Yes, it can be. One that can suck an entrepreneur into with no rope and needs help to get back out. And they never want to stand at the edge and look down. Technology is an essential component of everyone's lives, especially today. Imagine what happens when your systems aren't in order in your business world. Technology is designed to automate manual things and make your life easier and not harder. So, Bethanie, I just want to thank you so much for being with us today to share your expertise. And I just want to tell everybody I love your website.
Thank you. No, it's my pleasure. I'm excited to be here.
I went through so much of your website, and I really loved it. And of course, I'm a marketer, so I look at everything, and I look at every piece of mail that comes into my mailbox. I don't necessarily stand over the garbage pail like everyone else and look at it and throw it away. I really look at it. But I really was impressed with your website because it really hits so many pressure points. I'm not going to say hot buttons, but pressure points of what I think the contractor or even the small business owner goes through. And one of the things you said about, we stress about how to grow our businesses, and you help people overcome that. How do you partially do that?
There's a lot of different ways. Most of my time is spent on educating people and the strategy, because we don't realize many of us start a business because we're we're talented in something or we enjoy doing something, and hopefully people will pay us to do it because we do a good job doing it. But we get so caught up in operating our business that we feel like if we do our website and we've done it once, and no one ever enjoys doing their website, Dave, it's always a pain.
Yeah.
It always takes way too much money, way too much time, and it's not fun. But if we have the mentality that website is done and we check it off our list, it's never done. And it's not something that we can do one time and leave it alone and think our business is going to be okay, because the way that people buy has changed. The way that people search has changed. The way that people rely on reviews before you buy something on Amazon or before you call a contractor has changed.
I know, it's crazy.
So if we want to keep up with that, we've got to understand that. And that's not do our website 5 years ago and we're good.
No, and it's kind of funny. I'm redoing some stuff, and I actually have a podcast I'm redoing is about boring marketing, and I relate everything that doesn't make sense or doesn't have a call to action or doesn't make me want to even look at what you're doing, a flyer. Now that could be your website, it could be your business card, it could be your truck, it could be a flyer, because that's what most people can really relate to, in a sense that, it gives me recognition, but who cares?
No. And, so here's the scary thing. We see the average person sees 4,000 to 10,000 ads a day.
That's scary.
That's what we would see 30 years ago. We would see that in a month. Mm-hmm. So because of that, our attention span, at least in the United States, is 3 to 5 seconds. A goldfish's attention span is 8 seconds. Ours, 3 to 5 seconds, because there's so much to distract us.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if it's your flyer. It doesn't matter if you're cold calling. It doesn't matter if it's an email. It doesn't matter if it's your website. You have 3 to 5 seconds for people to decide if they're going to keep reading or not. That's it.
Wow. So that you have to have some really interesting, eye-catching content to grab them in that 3 to 5 seconds.
Absolutely.
So
or they're gone.
Yeah,
they're gone.
They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So we're past the flyer stage.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I loved about on the video that I saw, you says it's all in the power of the data, which most of us business owners don't even think about.
Right. Because we don't, to many people, technology is something that just you immediately start to break out in a sweat, or you immediately just don't want to do it. It doesn't matter how easy it is. In our minds, it's going to be frustrating, it's going to be difficult, and we're going to be defeated. Data is the same way. But if we operate our business not understanding how many people are coming to our website, how many people are calling our phone,
right.
If we're doing free consultations and we've got a guy that goes out there and quotes it, how many of those are closing? Like all of these things, if we have an answer, it helps us have a better business. It helps us provide the right solution. It helps us solve bigger problems. And we don't have to guess. We can if we want to, but it just makes it harder. We don't have to guess. We just ask people to tell us what they want, what they don't want, what they like, what they don't like.
That's a novel idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want? How do you like it? What don't you like about it?
Right.
And how can we make it better?
And you know what? So here's the interesting thing. A lot of people get feedback after they do the work. So I've done this project on this house. I think it's beautiful. The client thinks it's beautiful. I want to get feedback. But you know what I like to do, Dave? I like to get feedback as soon as I'm hired. Because what I want to know is, what job did they hire me to do? And is that the same job that I sold them on? Or is their perception or their expectation something different?
Wow. Never thought about that. That's a great thought.
Because you want to understand if it's working. If you're communicating clearly why 20 years of electrical experience is important, or why being a master of your craft is important, and the risk if they hire someone that they just get off of Craigslist. And if they don't hire you for the same thing that you tried to market or you tried to convey or you tried to prove and add value, then you gotta fix that.
Yeah, because you're going to go into the whole project with the wrong idea, and you'll probably end up screwing it up because you've got mismatched thoughts.
Right. And I think you said before, like communication. It's that most of the projects that I've seen that fail, not just projects that I've been on, just in general, are because people are on two different pages and they don't communicate.
No.
And they're flexible.
Yeah. I remember one job that I went out to, the guy had a really ugly, dirty roof that I had to clean, and it was metal, and it was fading. It was chalky. So I gave him a price, and then I went out. I gave him when I got there to do the job. I says, listen, before we even get started, I really need to know what your expectations are, so that if I can meet them, I'll do them. If I can't, then I'm going to say we can't meet them right now, because I know that you want your roof clean, but I also want you to know that because it's chalky, that's not going to come off. He goes, right. I know that. I said, okay, I just want to be on your page so that when I go to collect my money, you're going to say, well done, I want to give you your money.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's, but I never thought about, sitting down, talking with them again and saying, okay, I want to go over your expectations again, just so that I'm sure that we're going to do the things the way you wanted them and not the way that I'm perceiving, because actually perception is reality. And if I perceive wrong, that's going to actually hurt my business down the road. Absolutely. So we were talking about one of the questions that you ask a lot of your clients, and that I got off your video and it's kind of interesting, and we talked a little bit about it, was most people don't know why a client did business with them, or to what extent why they did. Right. So, I mean, can you elaborate that a little more on how important it is for them to know?
Yep. So I love technology, and I love to automate as much as I can that's repeatable. So if there's something that I'm going to do over and over, and there's a way to automate it so I don't have to do it over and over, I'm going to do that. But if you look at your behavior, why people buy, there are ways that we can automate that with something called Google Analytics, which is completely free. It just keeps track of how many people are coming to your website, how many people are clicking on the video you have, how many people are reading your about page. You're understanding the behavior of why they buy or what they do. But what's more important to understand is, what is the problem that they're looking to solve? Ooh, it's thundering and lightning outside. So hopefully.
Okay. We just identified that, everybody. And we just got rid of a hurricane.
I know. So if I can understand, a perfect example is someone wants to replace the siding on their house, and they're looking for a contractor to come replace the siding. Are they going to Google hardy board siding replacement specialist, or are they going to look at how long does siding last? How long can I keep my hardboard siding? How long can I keep my wood siding?
Right.
All of those questions are their behavior. And it's what they're searching for, the problem that they think they have. Because if I can understand what the problem is that they think they have, I want to be found as the person that'll solve that problem. Okay. And I want to,
yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And so here I really want to drill that point down really hard and fast. For all you guys who think you are selling services, you are not. You are solving problems. Mm-hmm. People are looking for us to sell problems. Now, I may do hardy board siding, or I may do painting, but ultimately it's a problem that's bringing them to look for someone to solve that problem, not for me to go sell them that service.
Right. Absolutely. So they not only need to find you when they're searching, and Google calls this micro moments. So there's moments that people are looking to solve a problem, and there's moments that people are looking to buy. So out of 100% of the people that come to your site or find your business, 3% are looking to buy everything. 3% are looking for a car. 3% are looking to replace siding. The other 97%, you have to kind of nurture along this point, this little path and this journey where they get to know, trust, and like you. Because people still buy from people, regardless of, people are going to buy from a person. And so your job is to find them at the moment that they need you and to nurture them to the point that they trust you enough or like you enough to call you or to schedule a consultation or to get a quote. Whatever your process is, you need to get them from the point that they find you to the point that they take action, whatever that action is that you're trying to get them to take.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, I'm cheering you on here because I can't remember his book, the Ultimate Salesman.
The Ultimate Sales Machine, Chet Holmes.
Yeah, he talks about that 3 and 97%, no matter what it is, and unfortunately, many business owners fall into, I only want that 3% now.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to get that 3% now. You're going to get a small percentage now, but I want to help people, and I'm sure you do too.
Mm-hmm.
Think past the transaction mode into the future mode, because that's where the real money is.
Right.
And so how do you help them?
So imagine
educate them that way.
So there's so many ways to educate. Even if you are an electrician and you're trying to get more electrician clients, and maybe you only do commercial or you do multi-unit residential,
right,
and that's your sweet spot. Like, the panels, all the voltage that goes into multiple units. That's what you do. So if that's the case, then because of the clients that you've worked with, common problems that they have, common issues that they're going to have with multiple panels. A lot of the houses, if they weren't built as multiple units, somebody takes a single family home and makes it a multiple family home, and maybe they have power problems. Maybe they don't get a good power distribution. All of these things that you do that is always an issue. Even if you just think of the last 5 projects you did, and there's probably common questions that every single client asked you. Those can be things that you solve, that you answer on your website. You can do it through YouTube videos.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be fancy, Dave. People are like, oh, I need to have a studio and I need a professional camera. And you don't, because most of our smartphones have a better camera than
camera. It's crazy.
So now you do want to have somebody help you, because if you're demonstrating with your hands or you're demonstrating looking at an electrical panel, it's hard for you to talk and hold your phone.
Right.
So you can get
nice little tripod is great too. If you don't have your kids with you, tripod, But yeah, and I've even edited, photos and stuff right on my iPhone, and put little stuff in there and send it out. And it's really amazing the things you can do now today. You don't need a video camera, and crazy. It's just crazy the things you can do, and just upload it like that.
Yeah. Now, YouTube, one thing you can do on YouTube, say you have some weird house and you've never seen a house like it. You want to get pictures of it, but you're by yourself. You can take pictures. Say it's an electrical panel. You can take pictures of the panel, and say you take 5 pictures. You can later come home to your computer. You can prop your camera up on a tripod or on a book and face it towards yourself and talk about this crazy house that you saw that had this weird electrical system that you've never seen. And then you can add the pictures in the video when you're talking about it.
That's pretty cool.
So then you just upload it to YouTube, and you're using technology because you have to navigate your phone for your camera, and then kind of merging the two together. And then you can post that on YouTube, and that would be a tremendous help. Not everybody's going to be local in your area, but if you put multi-unit electrician, Palm Harbor, Florida, then Google will make sure that you're found for more of the local searches.
Sure.
And then everybody will find you that may not be able to hire you, but you'll still start to get visibility, and you'll start to get traffic, and you'll start to build up an audience that will look forward to your videos.
I know.
And content.
It's crazy. I've gotten calls from people for doing roof cleaning from Alabama. I'm going, why did you call me? Well, I just needed some advice. Your website looks so good, and you knew what you were talking about. I just needed some advice. I said, go for it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just really wild. But yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just amazing the things that can be done. They're like you said, or we talked about earlier. It's the black hole. I want to look over it. I want to mirror, but I don't want to go anywhere near it.
Right. And you can't. You can. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No.
You absolutely can.
You can. I don't want to.
But you need, if you have access to so many data points and so much feedback from your clients that will help you sell more in less time.
Oh, you mean I don't have to work as hard?
You can if you want. No, you don't have to.
I don't want. I want to work. Who is it? I want to work smarter, not harder. I know I've got to work.
Yeah.
But I just want to be able to do it so that who was that? I think it was Ron LeGrand. When we were doing a lot of real estate, he would say his one of his things was work less, make more.
Yep.
You know.
Absolutely.
And it was all about systems. It was all about creating systems and making things work so that you didn't have to. Right.
And systems, Dave, systems don't necessarily have to be a technology system. A system can be a process.
Right.
So
right.
If you're trying to get quotes in, and right now they call the office, and some people text you and some people call you, then you decide what the process should be. Maybe everybody comes in through a call, through one number, and then from there it goes to your office manager, or it goes directly to you, and you quote everything.
Right.
So it's a process can help you just streamline and not be all over the place, trying to just manage your business. And you're like, did I send that text message back? Did I respond to that call? You're just, it doesn't have to be so scattered. You can organize it just with the process.
And you know, one of the funny things, you know, when I started tracking things, it was kind of amazing on how, when I started tracking things, on how I started, at one time I said, well, I'm just start tracking all the calls that come in. So I did, and it would exponentially grow because I was tracking it. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
But you know what tracking also helps with, Dave, is seeing where you're wasting time that doesn't result in anything.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
There are ways to identify inefficiencies just as well as identify efficiencies.
So another thing is, okay, now, what do you say about when a business owner says to you, well, my business is different?
Everybody's business is different. That still doesn't mean that technology wouldn't help, or data wouldn't help, or processes wouldn't help.
Right. We're all dealing with people.
We all feel special.
Well, we do. Yeah.
We are all special, but we still...
So it boils down, are you going to take your specialness of your business and negate it, or grow because you are special?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. One of the things that I like to, I think it was in your writing, says, do you need a secret sauce for your business And then I wrote in, you may have it, but just don't realize it.
Right. I mean, a lot of us have it, but,
Yeah.
but here's the challenge. So if I call this the skinny jeans. So if you and I go to a party and I introduce you as my life coach, no one that meets you is going to think they need a life coach.
Right.
But if I introduce you to all my girlfriends and I say, oh, this is Dave, he helped me get in my skinny jeans. In my mind, because I'm a woman,
right.
I think that I need to fit in my skinny jeans. Now, the results that happen are my relationships get better. I don't eat when I'm stressed. I actually sleep. I drink water. I exercise. Like all these things in my life change. And because of that,
right.
I lose weight. But I don't think I need that. So what's important? No.
Yeah, but everybody wants to get in their skinny jeans.
Right. So what's important for you to understand is what is your secret sauce for your clients? Like what's the aha moment that they hired you and you said, I hired Dave because it's not word of mouth. That may be how you get the lead.
Right.
They're going to make the decision on why they hired you.
Right.
And they're going to make the decision of when they knew when they were working with you, you were the right person. What is that? What is that secret sauce? What is that aha moment? What is that thing that set you apart from everybody else? Not only why they hired you, but why they'll hire you again. That's what you market. That's what makes you different.
Right. It's not, I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician. Oh. I can fix your pipes or I've got the one that I love is the guy that's got his dog sitting next to him. Or the person, or I love, you know what? Another one that I love is the real estate agent who hasn't changed their picture in 20 years.
Oh my gosh, that's like the dating websites where they have the high school pictures. They're like, you're 70.
And I'm going. I said that to someone. I said, is that unintentional lying? They really got ticked off. And I go, well, come on.
Right.
You know, that doesn't sound right. Unintentional lying.
Well, you know, and I think sometimes what we do that hurts us is we assume we know why people hired us, why people continue to use our painting or our plumbing services. And you can't. You have to ask your client to give you honest feedback. You can have them give it to you anonymously, or they can give you their name. But it helps you improve, and it also helps you to put things in the terms of their voice. Right. So we get really jargony and we get really technical with things because we're up here. Like we've done this for 20 years, so we know all the terms and terminology, and we forget when our clients, we're at a level 10, and we forget when our clients find us, they're a 1, maybe a 2. So you have to almost I don't want to say dumb it down, but put it in English terms. And maybe that's why they hired you. Right. Because you explained it in a way that they could explain it to their spouse, in a way that they could understand, or they didn't feel stupid, or they didn't feel like they were asking too many questions. Maybe that's your secret sauce.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. As you were talking, I had this mind picture that goes through, and I've heard every single person complain about it. And you go to the hospital, or you go to, and you walk in, and the nurses are, boom. The doctors are, boom. They're also, for the most part, intentional. They don't think about what they do. They don't, there's really no bedside manner. They're just there. And that's really for us as business owners to look at that and say, we don't like that, but that's what we're really doing to our customers who come in into our emergency room, in a sense. Right. We're treating them that same way, so we have to really, actually I think one of the easy, well, it's not easy, let's put it that way. One of the things is to think like a customer instead of a business owner. Right.
So here's a trick that we do with most of our clients, and we do it to prove a point. That so you have a very short attention span. You don't have a lot of time to make an impression. But what you can do is you can take whatever it is, your brochure, your flyer, your website, go to a coffee shop and ask 5 strangers give them 5 seconds to read whatever it is you're giving them. So if you're handing them a flyer, give them 5 seconds to read the flyer and just say, hey, would you mind? I'm not trying to sell you anything. I hate to disturb you, but I'm trying to get an opinion on my website or my flyer. Right. And I spend a lot of time on it, but I'm too close to it. So I just want to give you 5 seconds to read it. And I just want to ask you one question. Is that okay? And most people, if you ask for help, most people will help you.
Sure.
So then you give them 5 seconds to read the flyer, website, whatever it is, and then you take it away. And then you ask them, what do I sell? Who do I serve? And what's in it for me? And if they can't answer those 3 questions in 5 seconds, you got to rewrite it, whatever it is.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's been the basic thought, I mean, that we all try to portray, but you just put it all together so simple, 5 seconds, sheet of paper, or however you do it, so that you get the response that I have these 3 things. And that's pretty awesome. That's really awesome. Because we think about spending a fortune on trying to get things done when you can really do it simply. Just say, you can even bring it to a couple friends, have them over for dinner, say, okay, this is what I want. Just tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
No,
and
good or bad, I don't care. Just give me your thoughts.
And you want it, so you can do friends and family, but a lot of times they don't give you the honest feedback.
True.
Strangers not vested at all.
Right.
So they don't really care. They don't know if they're hurting your feelings or not.
Right.
They're just, but that is what people are going to see. That's the honest first impression. It's called the 5-second stranger test. And you keep doing it until you can predict what they're going to say and what they say. And that's fine. If you serve multifamily units and you don't want single family people calling you because that's not what you do.
No, yeah, you want to disqualify them nicely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you want to disqualify, so you should have a headline and a subheading, 5 to 6 words per headline, 5 to 6 words max. And if you can't fit what you do in that 5 to 6 words, then you can do a subheadline, which is right below it, a little bit smaller text to support what you couldn't say in the first sentence. But they should be able to read those 2 sentences and say what you do, who you serve, and what's in it for them. In 2 sentences, 12 words max. It's hard. It is not easy. No. It's hard.
I know it is. Because I did a 39-second video on purpose. Do you know how long it took me to make that stupid 39-second video? It took me over 2 hours.
It does.
It was just, I just couldn't believe it. I'm never doing a time thing again.
But we don't have the luxury to not be clear. We don't have the time. We have
3 to 5 seconds, like you said.
That's it.
So it's got to be. This has really been awesome, Bethany. I really appreciate you sharing all this stuff with me. I love the 5-second stranger test.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I mean, I loved everything, but I mean, that one really hit home. Any last thoughts? Just something that's been hanging around in the back of your head that you wanted that we didn't cover that maybe you would like to cover real quick? So,
a couple things.
Okay.
Everyone that works with people should be getting testimonials, and they need to be online. Getting them not at all, and going from getting testimonials is a step. That's a good step. But even if you are being referred word of mouth, 88% of people still Google you first before they call you. So you should be set up on Google for Business. It's free. And then you'll be found on Google Maps, and then people can leave Google reviews about your business.
Right.
That helps with SEO. Also, if you don't have to do a ton on social media, but same thing with Facebook reviews. If you have a business page, if you don't have a Facebook business page, it is free. You should have one, and you can ask people to give you a review on Facebook as well. Because that's social proof.
Right.
On top of word of mouth, if people I don't know the last time, if you have Amazon Prime, Dave, when's the last time you bought something and you didn't look at the reviews?
I just buy books, and I don't look at the reviews because there was a reason that I went to it to begin with.
Okay.
So my wife, I don't know. I'm sure she does.
So
we all do. We all do. Look at review, even if it's just to see what other people are saying, good or bad, indifferent. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, like, I already know that I want to buy the product or buy the book, so I don't really care what this guy says because we think differently. So it doesn't matter.
So the average consumer, you're a little, and marketing, so you're a little bit more advanced. But the average consumer looks to reviews for social proof now. So instead of having a great site that has beautiful images and before and after, those are great, and they support your work, and they support that you're a master of your craft.
Right.
But before they even click, if you have reviews and your competitor doesn't, then more people are going to click yours than, even if it's just a Facebook page. It doesn't even have to be a website. It can be just a Facebook page, and that will show up in search results now.
Yeah, because I've seen people run their whole businesses, and not contracting businesses, but it's like printers and stuff like that, strictly off Facebook.
Absolutely.
And do a dynamic job. They get a ton of business.
Yeah, you can.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't like being at the mercy of any platform because Facebook changes the rules a lot. So I'd like to have control over my own destiny. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to leave certain things up to Facebook or other social networks, but I know tons of people that have done it and they have a sustainable business from it.
Yeah, I know. But you take a lot of the old timers that were, did Google stuff and their businesses got wiped out overnight.
Well, and you have to be careful. So if you did a website a couple years ago and, because so many people are on mobile or tablets.
I know.
You have to be able, and a good way to check is to just pull up your website on your mobile phone. And if it doesn't appear, you might have menus that are cut off, pictures that are cut off, words that are cut off. That hurts you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I heard they're going to a whole mobile platform. They're switching in time. So they'll phase, and I don't know if they'll phase it all out, but it's going to make the desktop less relevant.
Well, and the other thing that you have to keep in mind, you could have built a website 5 years ago, and it could have been lightning fast 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But now keep in mind the 3 to 5 seconds. Google expects your site to load in 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah.
After 3 seconds, 50% of the people leave every second. So 100 people come to your website. At 3 seconds, you're down to 50. 4 seconds, you're down to 25, 5 seconds. So in 6 seconds, you went from 100 to 6 because it's not loading. People won't wait.
That's a scary thought.
So you have to keep up with what's expected because we're searching on our phone while we're in the car, while we're at the grocery store, while we're out because we know we'll forget. And then when we get home, we're like, what did I want to look up? So we don't wait. We do it right now.
Yes, I know. I get that just walking in the other room.
I stopped mid-sentence. I was like, what were they saying?
What did I say? Where did I go? So a lot of times I'll have to walk back, and I'm going to have to go back to the stand where, why did I leave this space? Yeah. Bethany, this has really been awesome. How can our listeners get in touch with you and check out more about what you have to offer and see your awesome website? And there was something else on there, but I'll let you tell them about that.
Okay, sure. So they can visit my website. It's Marley, like Bob Marley, Marley, Noanami, NONAMI.com. And on there, they can sign up for an SEO webinar replay, which kind of goes into a lot of the things that we talked about. But we talk about the myths and things that you might think you know about SEO and the things you really need to know. So it's awesome. Long. It's about 90 minutes, but it comes with the workbook. You can print it out. You can put it in your desk. I believe that when you write things down, you remember them more. So yes. I write everything down. So it's good, but I think there are a lot of things that do not cost you. Everything that's in that webinar is free and doesn't cost you anything, but it will take your time. So it's something that is an ongoing thing. You can always have better website performance. You can always have better traffic. You can always have better content.
Right.
It's a constantly evolving and changing thing that if you keep up with it, it will give you rewards that you hope.
Right.
It just takes consistency.
That's awesome. So everyone, go take the webinar, and then figure out whether you want to do it yourself or you want Bethany to take care of it for you, so you can go out and make profit, and she can help you make more profit.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's what it's all about. So work hard, make more.
That's it.
Work less, make
work
more.
Work less, make more.
Work less, make more. Don't work hard.
Just make more money.
I know.
Thanks so much for being with us today. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Again, I want to thank you for joining us and investing your time with us today. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, go to iTunes and give us a shout out. You can also go to our website, www.contractorsecretweapon.com, and check out today's episode and leave us a comment in the bottom of the page. And if you haven't gotten your 15 secret weapon strategies to getting higher-end customers, get it while you're at the website. Also, I want to thank again our sponsors for keeping this podcast alive for your profit-making pleasure. And so go be profitable this week. Work smarter, not harder, and learn how to leverage your time and your knowledge so that you can be more profitable. Again, see you next week.
Thanks for joining us for another weekly episode of the Contractor's Secret Weapon Podcast with Dave Negri. We would love to hear your comments about this episode, so visit us online at www.contractorsecretweapon.com and let us hear your thoughts. If you were listening via iTunes, please leave us a positive review. The more positive reviews we receive, the more other contractors will benefit from this show. Thank you, and see you next time here on the Contractor's Secret Weapon Podcast.